Brooks Glycerin Max 2 and the Hoka Bondi 9 are two of the most popular max cushion shoes on the market, but there's 5 key distinct differences between them when it comes to the fit, how they perform, and whether you're using them for lifestyle or for running. I'm going to break down these differences so you have a better idea of which is the right one for you. If we look at the cushioning on these shoes first of all, well, the original Glycerin Max was what Brooks described as a revolutionary cushioning in terms of they brought on the DNA tuned nitrogen infused cushioning. So there's large cells in the rear foot, narrow densely packed cells in the forefoot. At the rear foot, it's really good at absorbing impact, so it absorbs that vibration, feels really smooth when you hit the ground. And then when you transition through, it gives you a bit of a spring effect. Well, it's not the case in the brand new version of the Glycerin Max 2. It's a lot firmer underfoot and it's not as responsive, but there's some benefits to that which we'll touch on. In the Bondi 9, we got a complete overhaul of the cushioning compared to the Bondi 8. So they added the supercritical foam into the Bondi 9, which gave it a really soft feel underfoot, a really cloud-like feel. So when you initiated contact with the ground, it felt really smooth, really comfortable, and really pillow-like. Now they do have different types of cushioning and amounts of cushioning underneath. So there's 43 mils of cushioning in the heel and 38 mils of cushioning in the forefoot in the Bondi 9, whereas we've got 45 mils in the rear foot and we've got 39 in the forefoot in the Glycerin Max 2. So that's a 6 mil drop versus a 5 mil drop. They're also different in weight as well. So as you'd expect with more cushioning in the Glycerin Max 2, it comes in at 278 grams in the size 12 US versus 349 grams in the Bondi. So we've got a slightly heavier shoe with more cushioning in the foot and a slightly bigger stack in the Glycerin Max 2. But how does it perform when it comes to stability? Well, the Glycerin Max original was a little bit unstable underfoot, especially when changing direction. Well, they've widened the platform underneath the Glycerin Max 2 to make it feel a bit more stable underfoot. And because the cushioning isn't as bouncy, it also gives you a better ground contact feel despite all the cushioning underfoot. The Bondi 9 has a really broad platform as well, very similar in width to what we see in the Glycerin Max 2, but it also has large sidewalls on the outside and the inside of the heel. They come up, create your ankle, try to keep your foot centered in the shoe as you move. One of the downsides of the Bondi 9 is it has quite a narrow toe box, so Hoka are synonymous for having a tapered toe box. It's slightly better than the Bondi 8, but nowhere near as wide as what we see in the Gaviota 5. So we've got a wider fit in the toe box in the Glycerin Max 2. So we consider a normal fit overall. At the moment there isn't a wide version on the market, but there is a wide version of the Bondi 9 for those of you who have a broader foot. Then moving up the shoe, both of them are non-gusseted padded tongues. We've got more padding around the heel cup and the heel counter on the Glycerin Max 2 compared to the Bondi 9. It also almost has a hollow effect on the Bondi 9, and some of you with Haglins deformity may enjoy having that hollow bit just so it doesn't rub directly off the Haglins. I don't think you'll enjoy the rigidity and the extra padding that you see on the Glycerin Max 2. So when it comes to lifestyle use, they're both excellent shoes for standing and for walking all day. If you want a slightly more stable feel, I think the Glycerin Max 2 will give that to you, although the Bondi does an excellent job, and for most people it's probably known more as a lifestyle shoe than a running shoe. However, when it comes to running, they're both easy runs, recovery runs, and steady marathon pace running. If you're new to running or if you're a heavier runner that is beginning to run, I think both of these are great options for you. You might be influenced by the fit in the toe box, by the lack of wide availability in the Glycerin Max, or even the price point, with the Glycerin Max 2 coming in considerably higher than the Bondi 9. However, if you have any questions on them, please drop in the comment section below. If you want to pick up the shoes, there's links in the description below. If you purchase the shoes through the links in the description, it helps fund our channel without affecting the price that you pay. Thank you very much for watching.